Hi everyone, let's see the first question in the TMC. It's very easy about the fraction. Calculate the fraction. 4 over 9 plus 1 over 4 plus 5 over 9. The answer is, okay, in this question, there is a very special part. Yeah, here. This fraction and this fraction. They have the common thing is that the denominator is the same. You can add them up directly, right? So 4 over 9 plus 5 over 9. Actually, it's 1. Yeah, it's 9 over 9, right? It's 1. So, and then plus 1 over 4. Very easy. It's just a 1 plus 1 over 4. Actually, this one, you can see it as 4 over 4, right? Plus 1 over 4 is 5 over 4. So the answer is B. And the next question, given that 3.6 times 1.4 is 5.04, then what's the value of this formula? Yeah. Okay. So you can find the common thing is here. 3, 6, 3, 6, 1, 4, and 1, 4. But the different part is the location about the decimal point, right? Okay, so maybe you can do some surgery to make this formula very similar to this formula, right? So you can just like 0.36. I just move the decimal point from here to here. Okay, then if I want to do the surgery, it means we need to divide it by 10, right? Okay, so if I want to keep the formula unchanged, then I need to times 10, right? So I just move this times 10 to the second factor. Yeah, it's 1.4. So it will be changed into 1.4 times 10 is 14. Okay, so 0.36 times 14 is 5.04. So what's the value of 0.36 times 140? Okay, the difference is here is 1 0 more than this part, right? So it means you just multiply 10. So the answer is just to multiply 10. Then B will be the answer, right? B is the answer. Okay, keep going. Question 3 is very easy. Which number is different from other numbers below? Okay, which number is different? This is 80%. This is 0.8. Okay, convert this decimal into the percentage. It'd be 80%, right? And this part, 4 over 5, actually it's equals to 80 over 100, right? It's also 80%. So the answer is C. Yeah, C is 8%. It's different, right? Right? Very different. So the true answer is C. And the question 4, which number could be in the box? Okay, so in this question, we can see here is a asterisk. 数轴. Okay, and we know here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, 10 grades, right? 10 grades. And the range actually is from 100,000 to 110,000, right? Okay, so it means each grade will represent, you use this number minus this number and then divide it by 10. Yeah, actually it's 1,000, right? It means each grade represents 1,000. So the value of this point, yeah, it will be 109,000, and this part will be 108,000. Okay, and this point will be 107,000. Okay, so actually the number in this box will be between 107,000 and 108,000, right? And you can see this box is very close to this part. Yeah, to 108,000. Okay, to this part. So the answer will be C. Yeah, very over this value and also very close to 108,000. So the true answer is C. Okay, let's continue. Question 5. What's the smallest prime number in all the numbers? Okay, so first, you need to know what is the prime number. The prime number is the number who only have two factors, 1 and itself, and also in all the number. Okay, so what is all the number? Yeah, all the number means this number cannot divisible by 2 and no remainder. 不能够被二整除, right? So somebody will choose A. Yeah, somebody will choose A, but A is wrong. Think about it. 1 is an odd number, but 1 only have one factor, right? But the prime number have two factors. So 1 is wrong. So the smallest one will be 3. Yeah, which is C. And the question 6, there are 8 red balls and white balls in total in the box. And there are X white balls. Thus, how many red balls are in the box? Oh, very, very easy. It's just the word problem. You only need to use the letter to represent the math word problem. Okay, let me use a picture to show you. Like we have a red balls and white balls, right? Okay, and there are X white balls. Okay, so white balls is X. And how many red balls? You just use the number of total balls minus the number of white balls. So it's A minus X. This is the red balls. So we choose A. And question 7. Derek can eat 8 buns for a meal. The ratio of the appetite of Derek and Caroline is 4:3. Thus, how many buns can Caroline eat? Okay, so this is the question about the ratio. Derek to Caroline is 4:3. And the number of Derek is 8. So what's the number of Caroline? It's very easy, right? So we know in the ratio, the first term and the second term just to multiply or divided by the same number, the ratio doesn't change, right? The ratio doesn't change. So from 8 to 4, we divided by 2, right? C divided by 2 also equals to 3. So the value of Caroline actually is 6. So we choose B. And the next question. This question is test the symmetry. The figure on the right shows a piece of paper folded in half and perforated with several holes. Yeah, holes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 holes. Which is the paper after it is opened? Okay, so first you need to find the folded line. Here is the folded line, right? And you only need to write down another part according to the property of the symmetry. So you just write down another half, and then according to the symmetry, there is a circle, 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 and then circle and circle, right? So this one should be the original paper. Okay, so the true answer is C. And continue. Question 9, it's about the perimeter. So what is the perimeter? The perimeter means the length of the outermost circumference of the shape, right? Okay, so it also should be the closed shape. Yeah, enclosed shape. The rectangle is divided into the graph A and graph B along the curve in the middle. What's the comparison relation between the perimeter of A and B? So first we know the perimeter of A is this part, right? Is this part. So actually the perimeter of A is length plus weight and then plus a curve, right? Plus a curve. And then what is the perimeter of graph B? It should be this part, right? This is the perimeter of graph B. So B is also length plus weight and then plus the curve. So we know the curve is the same, right? is the same, and also length is the same, and also weight is also same. So what's that mean? That means the perimeter of A and B is same. So the true answer is A. Okay, continue. Question 10. It's about the three views of the solid figure. The figure is formed by 6 cubes, which graph can be seen from above. From above, so test the top view. Yeah, top view. You need to observe this figure from the top view. Okay, so just to see it. In the first column, yeah, this is the first column. You have 2 buildings, right? And in the second column, 1 building. And in the third column, 2 buildings. So it's 2, 1, 2. So which one, just to satisfy the condition? B, wrong. D, 2, 1, 2. Okay, C, wrong. A is also okay. But pay attention to the direction and also the pattern. So if I wanted to write it down here, yeah, these 3 buildings is in the same line, right? And in the third column, this building is here. And in the first column, this building is here. So actually, D is correct. A is wrong. Yeah, A is wrong. Okay, this is all the question about the question 1 to question 10. Okay. Hi, everyone. Let's learn the question from question 11 to question 15. For the question 11, it's about the travel problem. The distance between A, B is 450 kilometers. So this is the distance. And the speed of the truck is 50 kilometers per hour. Okay, this is speed. When you know the distance and the speed, actually, we can calculate the time, right? And we can see how long does it take to arrive at B from A. Oh, the question is the time. So time equals to the distance divided by the speed. So it's 450 kilometers divided by 50 kilometers per hour. Then the answer will be 9. Yeah, 9 hours, right? So the true answer is D. Yeah, just the D. Okay, continue. Question 12 is about the net. Okay, 展开图, the net of the cuboid. So, which of the following shape cannot be folded into a cube? Yeah, a cube. So for this question, actually you have the strategy, or you can call it the skill. You need to find the opposite side, because we know one cube, when you open it, actually you can have 6 faces, and we know here are 3 pairs of opposite faces, right? Opposite faces. Okay, so how to find the opposite faces? The first part is here. We can call it the T shape. Yeah, the T shape. T 字形 in Chinese. Like here, you can see 2 yellow square. They say, we are opposite faces on the cube. And then they put in a line, right? So actually you can just see it like as the frog, and then jump from the first place to the third place. Yeah. Okay, this is the first shape. And the second shape is the Z shape. Yeah, Z shape. When you see the shape like this part, it's also the opposite faces. Yeah. In the Z shape, the top and the tile, yeah, you can call it the head face and the tile face. They are opposite faces. Okay, if you fold them, you can think about it in your imagine, or you can see here. Yeah, when you fold this part up and fold this part to here and fold this part up, then you can find that they are opposite faces. Okay, and also in this kind of Z shape, this part or this part or this part, you can see the head face and the tail face, they are opposite faces, okay? As long as you can find 3 pairs of opposite faces, it means this net can be folded into a cube. Like the first one, yes. Okay, this one and this one, opposite faces, this one and this one, this one and this one. So yes. And for B, so you can find the T shape first. This one and this one, opposite faces. This one, opposite faces. This one, Z shape, opposite faces. Okay, so B is yes. And for C, so T shape and T shape, but for this face and this face, actually they are not opposite faces, right? They are not the Z shape, so C is wrong. So the true answer is C. C cannot be folded into a cube. Okay, you can also take some time to test D, to check D. So this one, T shape, yes. And then Z shape, yes. And then Z shape, yes. So D is correct. C is wrong. Okay, so question 13 is the question about the pattern, or you can call it the period in the time. Observe the time and find the rule. Draw the missing hand on the third clock face. Okay, so from the first figure to the second figure, the first figure is 12:30 and this one is 2, okay? And the last clock actually is 5 o'clock. From the first clock to the second clock, the time passed to 1 hour and 30 minutes, right? And from the second clock to the last clock, the time passes, let me think, 3 hours. So do you find the pattern? From the first to the second, 1 hour and a half. From the second to the fourth is 3 hours. So actually it means between the neighbor clock, the time passed 1 hour and 30 minutes, right? So actually for the third clock, actually you plus 1 hour and 30 minutes, then the time will be 3 and 30. Yes, so when you draw the clock, it will be like this. Okay, so C is correct. And for the question 14, it's also about the period. Observe the arrangement of the figure below. What's the 23rd figure? So if you want to, enumerate one by one, just kangaroo, square, lion, dark, kangaroo, square, lion, dark, kangaroo, square, lion, dark, and then the next one will be kangaroo, and then square, and the line and the dark. You can just draw it one by one, but I think it's a little time consuming, right? So you can find the pattern. The period is 4, right? 4. When you get 4 animals, you will get into a cycle. So the period is 4. Yeah. Or you can call it the periodicity is 4. 周期长度是4. Okay, so 23. What is the figure in 23 place? So actually just use 23 divided by 4, then it's 5. This 5 means 5 groups. Yeah, 5 such groups. And then remainder 3. 3 means the 23rd figure will be the animal in the third place in each group, right? So the third place is the lion. So your answer will be C. Okay, very easy, right? About the period. And the question 15 is about the define new operations. 定义性运算. Okay, here you got a symbol. It's a little different, right? Generally, we learn plus, minus, multiply, and division in our math word. But here you got a new symbol, and in this symbol, you can find this symbol represents complex operations. Yeah. So we can see A, we give it a name, okay, like sun. You can call it sine. Yeah, A sine B is 6 times A minus 3 times B. So actually, for example, 3 sine 2 will be 6 times, you use 3 to represent A. Okay, so it's 6 times 3, and then minus, use 2 to replace B. It's 3 times 2 is 12. Okay, so this is the rule of this new operations. So how about the value of 5 sine 4? Okay, so actually it will be 6 times A. This is 5 is A, right? So 6 times 5, and then 3 times B. B is 4, so times 4. Then it will be 30 minus 12. The answer is 18. So the true answer is D. Okay, this is define operations. Very, very easy. And I want to say this kind of question always show in the competition. So you need to grasp it very well. Okay, that's all the question from question 11 to question 15. Okay, see you in the next. Hi guys, let's see the question 16. This question is about the opposite sides in the cube. Okay, so let's see the question first. Below is a solid figure formed by 4 identical cubes. Thus, what's the total number of all black dots on the surface of the figure at least? Okay, at least is very interesting, including the bottom surface. Okay, so we need to figure out all the black dots about the surface of this figure, right? It's also about this part. Yeah, and also the dots beside. You cannot see it, right? So you need to figure out what is that. Yeah, like what is the dots beside, or you can see at the background of this 3 dots, right? 3 dots. So first, you need to know the opposite faces. Like I can draw a net for you. Okay, draw a net for you. And then when I give you 2, you need to figure out what is the opposite surface. What's the dot on the opposite surface? On the opposite surface, okay? So you can analysis from this figure. 2, 4, 6. 2, 2, 4, 3, 5, 1. Okay, so we can see the 2 is the common, it's very popular dots in this figure, right? So you can use 2 as your base. Okay. And then you can find 4 is around 2. So they are neighbors, not opposite, right? And also 6, they are neighbor, not opposite, right? And also 1, they are neighbor, not opposite, right? So can I put 1 here? No, definitely not. Why? Because from the figure we can see 1 and 4, they are neighbor, not opposite. So 1 should be here. Yeah, 1 is around 2, but it's not opposite of 4. So 1 is here. So you can find the first opposite pair is 1 and 6. They are opposite faces, right? And then how about 3 and 5? So we can see 3 is around 2. Yeah, you can see 3 is around 2 here. Is around 2. They are neighbors, right? They are neighbors. So 3 is not the opposite face of 2. So their neighbor 3 is here. So you can see 3 is the opposite face of 4. And then 5 should be here, right? So 2 and 5, they are opposite faces. And until now, you know the opposite faces. Okay. So now you can begin to calculate all the black dots. First, you can write down the black dots you can see directly in this figure. Okay, so let's do it one by one. The first part, I can add the top faces, 2 plus 2 plus 2. Okay, and then I add up the front face. Okay, like plus 3, plus 5, plus 4, and then plus 6. Okay, and then I wanted to add the side face. Okay, the black dot on the side face. Plus 4 and then plus 1. Yeah, and then plus 1. Okay, this is all the black dots. I can see them directly, right? And you add them up, this is 6, and this is 8 plus 4 is 12, and this is 10, and this is 1. So it's 29. Yeah, it's 29. Okay, and then continue. You can to calculate the opposite side. Okay, the opposite side of this 2. Yeah. You can see this 2. Yeah, we can calculate the opposite side of this 2. So because you analysis in this part, right? The opposite side of 2 is 5. So we know here the black dots at the bottom is 5. So you can write it down. It's 5. And then how about this 2? Do you know this part? You can see we cannot make sure this is opposite face is 5, right? Because this is 5. So you only can see one face. Yeah, one face of this cube. So it's hard for you to figure out what is the black dots on the top face of this cube and also on the bottom face, right? It's very, very hard. So you can just jump it. See this part. The opposite face must well be 5 again, right? And then how about this? We can see the front face, 3. And we know the black dots on the back side will be 4, right? Because 3 and 4, they are opposite faces. So this is 4. And then about this 5, its opposite face is 2. So it's 2. And then about this 4 is also 3. Okay. And then how about the 6? 1 is the opposite face of 6. And then you can see the side face. Okay. About this 4, the opposite face is 3. So we plus 3. And about this 1. Okay. Oh my god, you can see we know the opposite face of 1 is 6, but 6 should be this side, right? This side, not this side. So if I give you 2 and 3, can you figure out the face in this side? Actually, no, right? 2 and 3 is here. We don't know here is 6 or 1. It can be 1. It also can be 6, right? Because we only get 2 faces. It's hard for us to figure out what's that. So here we can see there are 2 faces we cannot figure out. One is in this face. Another one is this face, right? At the bottom. So it's a little hard. But according to the opposite faces, we can figure out the back side and the dots in this side. We can figure out the dots or the black dots. You add them up, it will be, this is 10, and this 6 plus 3 plus 10, this 10, so it's 23. Okay. And you only need to figure out the 2 unclear faces. Okay, so the question asks you need to tell us the total number of black dots at least will be what? So at least, you can just assume it is 1, right? It is 1. So when it is 5, here is also can be 1. Okay, it also can be 1. When you fold this net up, 1 is also, the neighbor of 5. So at least we can suppose the 2 faces is 1. So it's or the black dots, you add them up, it will be 29 plus 23 and then plus 2. This is the answer. Okay, so it's 54. Okay, so the answer will be 54. Okay, that's all. I hope you can understand. Okay, see you in the next video. Hello everybody, let's see the question 18 together. This question is about the travel problem, and Carolyn always tell you a very, very old saying, right? If you don't know how to draw the figure in the primary school, it means you learn nothing in the primary school. So learn to draw the figure is very important. Let's do it together. A train goes through a tunnel which is 320 meters long in 52 seconds. Okay, draw the figure. This is the tunnel, and the tunnel is 320 meters. And a train passed it. Okay, so you need to know this is a train. We know the train have its own length, right? Itself. So what means you passes the tunnel? It means the head touch the tunnel, the journey begins, right? And then pass until the tail of this train just to over the tunnel, then the process ends. Okay, this is the distance that the train traveled. Okay, and this journey you take around 52 seconds. And then continue. When it passes through the bridge, which is 768 meters long. Okay, this is 708. 768 meters, and the speed is 3 times that of the tunnel, and it takes 36 seconds. Okay, so let's draw. This is the train, and the train passed the bridge. It takes 36 seconds. Okay, so the question is find the length of the train body. What's the length of the train body? It's a little hard, right? Yeah, a little hard. As long as you know the length of the train passed, the distance the train traveled, you can calculate. Just to minus the length of the tunnel, you can get the length of the train, right? But do you know the distance? No. If you want to know the distance of the train traveled, you need to know the speed and the time, right? Because the distance equals to the speed multiplied by time. So the time we know is 52, but we don't know the speed, right? We don't know the two speed. Yeah, so it's a little hard. But we know here are two conditions. The first condition passed the tunnel, and the second condition passed the bridge. Okay, so about the second condition, when the train passed the bridge, the speed is 3 times that of the tunnel, right? Because the speed is different, so it's hard for you to compare and combine the two conditions. So you need to change it. Yeah, how to change it? Think about it. If the train used the original speed to pass this bridge, how long should this train take? Yeah, actually you need to use 36 times 3, right? Because your speed is 3 times as before. So if we come back to the normal speed, we also need to use 3 times of time, right? 3 times of time, 3倍的时间. So actually, if you use the normal speed to pass the bridge, we need 108 seconds to pass the whole bridge, right? Okay, so now we know the distance. We know the distance. We also know the time, and in this condition, the speed is the same, right? So actually, the difference between the two conditions is the difference of two things. The difference between the bridge and the difference between the bridge and the tunnel. Yeah, and the tunnel. It's very, very easy for you to calculate the difference between the length of two things. You can call it the distance. Actually, it's the distance difference, right? Actually, the distance difference between the two conditions is the difference between the bridge and the tunnel, right? And then you divide it by the difference between the time. You can get the speed, right? So the distance difference actually is Actually, it's 768 minus 320. Okay, this is the distance difference. And about the difference of time, you just use 108 minus 52. You can get it. Okay, so in this time, the speed will be 8 meters per second. Okay, and this time you know the speed. It's very easy for you to calculate the distance that the train traveled, right? So you can take the speed of the train into the first condition or the second condition, whatever. You can find the answer easily, right? If I want to take it into the first condition, then the distance will be speed is 8 meters per second and the time is 52. And then this is the distance. Okay. And we know the distance that the train traveled actually is the length of tunnel plus the length of train itself, right? So the length of the train, the length of the train actually equals to the distance minus the length of tunnel, right? So minus the length of tunnel, you can get the answer. This is the length of the train. Okay, so when you do this is 416 minus 320, you can get the answer actually is 96. Okay, it's meters. So your answer will be 96 meters. Okay, that's all. See you in the next question. Hi everyone, let's see the question 19 together. Choose any number from 1 to 30. How many numbers should be chosen at least to ensure that the product of two numbers is 24? Okay, at least this word is very, very important. This question is about the worst scenario. In Chinese, 最不利原则. Yeah, so when you do this question, you need to assume yourself is the unlucky guy. Yeah, the most unlucky guy in this word. Okay, so the product of two numbers is 24. Okay, you need to figure out how many factors of 24. Okay, so we know 24 equals to 1 times 24 and 2 times 12 and 3 times 8 and then 4 times 6. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 pairs. Yeah, 4 pairs of product of 24, right? So now here are 8 numbers. 8 numbers are the factors of 24, right? If you want to find the product of two numbers, then you can choose this pair or this pair or this pair or this pair, whatever. Okay. But you are very, 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 very unlucky. So when you choose a number, it's not 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 12, and 24. It will be like 3, like 5, like 13, and whatever. Okay, you are very, very unlucky. So you choose all the number not in this 4 pairs. Okay, so from 1 to 30. We have 30 numbers here, right? You are very, very unlucky. So you choose or another 22 numbers first. Yeah, another 22 numbers first. Okay, and then you're still also unlucky. You choose one number in this group and one number in this pair, one number in this pair, and one number in this pair. So you choose 4 numbers, but you cannot still satisfy the condition. 2 numbers, which are the product of 24. But as long as you choose another one, okay, this one must will be in this pair or this pair or this pair or this pair, right? So you must will satisfy the condition. So it will be 27. At least you need to pick up 27 numbers. Then you must can get the product of two numbers is 24. Okay, this is about the worst scenario. That's all. See you in the next question. Okay, bye. Hello everyone. Let's see the last question in TMC. It's very, very hard. Okay, so actually from the question 16 to question 20 is a little hard, and the most difficult question is this one. Very hard. Let's read the question first. There are 20 same chess pieces. Someone takes pieces several times. Each time, he can take 1, 2, 3, or 4 pieces. Yeah, it means one time you can take 1 pieces or 2 pieces or 3 pieces or 4 pieces. But you cannot take 5. But the number of pieces left each time should not be the multiple of 3 or 4. Thus, how many different ways are there to take all pieces? Okay, so pay attention to this question. Each time, the left pieces cannot be the multiple of 3 or 4. So I think the first step, you need to drop the number, which is the multiple of 3 and 4, right? And 20 actually is the multiple of 4, right? But it's the start point, so you can keep it. And 19 not. 18 is the multiple of 3, so drop it. And 16, drop it. And then 15, the multiple of 3, drop it. 12, multiple of 3 and 4, drop it. And then 9, multiple of 3, and 8, multiple of 4, and then 6, multiple of 3, and then 4, and then 3. Okay, so the rest pieces you can get, right? The rest pieces is the conditions you can get. Okay, so you can write it down as 20, 19, 17, 14, 13, 11, 10, 7, 5, 2, 1, and 0. So how many ways that you can find when you get 20 pieces or 19 pieces or 17 pieces and blah, 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 blah until 0 pieces. Okay, think about it. How many different ways are there to take all the pieces? Take all the pieces, it means the left pieces will be 0, right? Okay, let's do it one by one. So, when you want to get the multiple of 20, actually 0 ways, right? Because because you didn't take anything, right? So there's no ways. And how many ways do you have to get 19 pieces? Yeah, 19 pieces. Only one way. Take 1 piece away, you can get 19 pieces, right? And how many ways can you get when you have 17 pieces? Think about it. Actually, it's just 2. How can you get this 2? Let me help you. If you want to get 17, you can use 20 minus 3 to get 17, right? This is our first way. And the second way, you can from 19 minus 2. Yeah, when you get 19, yeah, you use 20 minus 1 to get 19, and then 19 minus 2, you can get 17. This is another way you can get 17, right? So you have 2 ways. Yeah, you have 2 ways. And then how can you get 14? Think about it. How can you get 14? Minus 1, you only can take 1 pieces or 2 pieces or 3 pieces or 4 pieces, right? So when you get 15 minus 1, yeah, you cannot get 15, right? You cannot use this way because you cannot get 15. 15 is the multiple of 3. So you cannot enter that situation. So this way, drop it. And something minus 2. Yeah, 16 minus 2. But you cannot get 16, right? And you can start from 17, right? 17. And how many ways can you get 17? You have 2 ways, right? So it means when you want to get 14, you also have 2 ways. Yeah, if you from 17, you have 2 ways. And if you want to minus 4, 18 minus 4 is 14, right? But you cannot get 14. You cannot get 18 because 18 is the multiple of 3. So you cannot get that situation. So you only can from 17, right? 17. So only 2 ways, because from 20 or from 19 to 17, you only have 2 ways. So when you from 17 pieces minus 3 to get 14 pieces, you also have 2 ways. Yeah, only 2 ways. Okay, and if I want to get 13 pieces, how many different ways do I have? Actually, until now, I think you need to find the pattern. We only need to know 13 came from which previous situation, right? So 13, you can start from 14. Yeah, because 14 minus 1 is 13. You also can start from 17 because 17 minus 4 is 17. Yeah, you only need to take 4 pieces away. You can get 17. You only can take 4 pieces away from 17 pieces. You can get 13 pieces, right? So at the first condition, you have 2 ways. And at the second condition, you also have 2 ways. So think about it. If you want to get the situation, which is 13 pieces, how many ways do you have? Yes, 4. 4. Yeah, that's the secret. You only need to find the source of this situation. 你只需要找到这种情况的来源. Okay, so for 11, think about it. 11 can get from 13. 13 minus 2, right? Also can from 14. 14 minus 3. Okay, that's 4. Because you only can take 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces, right? So you cannot start from 17. 17 need to minus 6. Yeah, it's over. Okay, so you cannot do it like that. So you have 2 sources, right? 2 sources. And 13, you have 4 ways. 4 ways. And about 14, you have 2 ways. So for 11 pieces, you have 6 ways. Yeah, 6 ways. And then continue. How about 10? Oh, I think 10 have so many sources, right? From 11 minus 1. And also from 13 minus 3. Also from 14 minus 4. So you have 3 sources. 11 is 6 ways. 13, 4 ways. 14, 2 ways. So in total, 4 plus 2 plus 6 actually is 12 ways, right? 12 ways. Okay, and continue. How about 7? 7 came from 10, also came from 11. Yeah, that's enough, right? Minus 4 and minus 3. And then how many ways does 7 have? 7 pieces this situation have? Actually, it's 18, right? It's 18. And then I use another color. How about 5? Yeah, 5 only came from 7, right? If you want to start from 10, that I think you need to take 5 pieces away. You can get 5 pieces left, right? So that's impossible. You only have 1 source. So actually, it's also 18 ways. Yeah, 18 ways. And continue. How about 2? 2. Yeah, 2 is also can only from 5 pieces. Yeah, when you have 5 pieces, you take 3 pieces away, you can get 2 pieces left, right? So you only have 1 source. Actually, it's 18. Yeah, 18. And then 1. Actually, 1, you can start from 5. Also can start from 2. Yeah, when you have 5 pieces left, you take 4 pieces away. You have 1 piece left. And then you also can take 1 piece away from 2 pieces. You also can have 1 piece left, right? So this way, 18 ways. This way, 18 ways. So in total, you have 36 ways. Yeah, 36 ways. And continue. Wow, very, very close to success. How about 0? Yeah, we take all pieces away. How many ways do you have? You can, from 2 pieces, right? From 2 pieces, you take them all away. You can get the answer. Or you can from 1 pieces and you take them away. Minus 1, minus 2. You can get answer 0, right? You just take all the pieces. So add them up. Yeah, 18 plus 36. You have, I use the black one. You have 54 ways. Yeah, 54. So your answer will be 54 ways. In total, you have 54 ways to take all pieces away. Yeah, that's all. That's the end of this TMC. Okay, that's all. I hope you can get a very, very great grades in the TMC in the next year, okay, in 2024. Okay, see you. Bye.